To be verb and its uses. Spanish basic level, lesson 4 it is. Before we move to the topics like conversation introduction, it is essential to cover the most basic aspect of the Spanish. That is to be verb. Just like in English, where almost every sentence has a form of to be verb, like is, am, are, Spanish also has several forms of the verb. To be verb can be translated to ser and estar in Spanish. Here are the forms of the to be verb in English. That would be I am, you are, he, she is, we are, you all are, they are. To be verb can be translated to ser and estar in Spanish. Ser versus estar. So ser is used for permanent situation while estar used for temporary situation. Ser, what something is, and for estar, what something does temporarily. So we'll be looking for the examples. For ser, that is soy de America. I am from America, that is permanent because a person can come from anywhere in the world. I'm coming from China, India, Nepal, or USA or United Kingdoms even. But he has been born and raised and brought up there in America only. So it cannot change. That remains the same. So that is permanent. And for second, estar. Example would be estoy en la oficina. I am at the office. In English we say. And temporary situation it is. So how so? Because a person is right now at the office. Later on he can be in the parking lot, in the cafe, cafe or coffee shop, a restaurant, movie theater, or friend's house even. So he can be anywhere. Yes, he can be at the office later on also, but it can change. That shows that it is temporary. We have understand the difference between the sad and the sad based on the example, what is permanent and what can be temporary situations. So moving forward, Spanish uses right forms of verbs like in this case, sad, drive, sad converts to soy and estar converts to estoy. So ser and estar both are the translation of the to be verb. However, they differ in their uses. This lesson will focus on the ser itself only, and we'll discuss the estar in the later lesson. So ser to be verb, it can be he, she, is, you are, I am, to describe physical characteristics, personality trait, a country, city, place of origin, ownership, and possession of something. Sad. Just like to be in English, sad also have several forms depending upon the subject. So let's just look at sad and its form in Spanish. So we have forms of Spanish. On the one hand, we have pronouns in Spanish and as well as in English with the uh, forms telling that is plural or singular, formal and informal use also. And on the other hand, we have corresponding forms of ser, that is to be verb. So let's begin. Yo soy, nosotros for male group or mixed group as we have discussed earlier, and it says nosotros somos for nosotras female group, nosotras somos. Next, you informal singular it is, so tú eres. You plural informal, vosotros sois for male group or a mixed group. And if we have female group, then we can add a. Instead of vosotros, it will convert to vosotras. So it will be vosotras sois. Ustad, that is you formal singular. Ustad as. And for you plural formal, it is ustadas son. So you have seen the difference that with singular formal, it is ustad only. To for to be verb, it says ustad as. But for plural formal you, it is ustadat itself, and to be verb would be son. So ustada son. Please remember the difference, okay? And now we have ls, ajas. And then later on we have ajas son, ajas son. On the one hand, we have singular forms. On the other hand, we have plural form. First, we're looking for the singular. So I am converts to yo soy. You are, that is informal. Tú eres. You are, that is formal. Ustad es. You remember that singular you formal is ustad only, and the to be verb would be s. He, she is ls, eja s. On the Other hand, we have plural forms. We are, nosotros somos for the male or mixed group. For female, we add a here. Nosotras somos it will become. So you are plural informal, that is vosotros sois. Same applies here also for male group and mixed group. And for female, it should be a. So vosotras sois. You are. Plural formal, ustad as son. So you have remember the difference that ustad as singular formal, and on the other hand, plural formal ustad itself is a pronoun, and to be verb would be son. At last, they are ajas son, ajas son. Grammar tips we have, as you may have noticed, just like in English, the form of to be verb or said does not depend upon the gender of the subject. Example, ls and ajas, both singular, so the form would be s. To be verb would be s. And just a minute. Yeah. The verbs for ustad and ustadas for work the same for L and ajas also. For singular, we use as. For plural, we use son. Fair examples. On the one hand, we have English. On the other hand, we have Spanish to compare it. So it says, I am Mexican, consider female. It would be Yo soy Mexicana. X pronounced as H. We have discussed it in the previous lesson. So can refer to that. Yo soy Mexicana. You informal. You are Argentinian. So it converts to tú eres argentino. Is Colombian. LS Colombiano. Remember the O and A rule for the male and female. Can refer to the previous lessons. She's Costa Rican, so it would be ella es Costa Ricanse. We are Peruvians. Nosotros somos peruvianos. You are Spanish, informal plural, that is vosotros soy español. You are Venezuelan. Ustedes son venezolanas. Do you remember that name of the nationalities are not capitalized in Spanish? In Spanish, although names of the countries and cities are capitalized, words derived from them, example nationalities, are not. Pick the right form of the sir. One option is one example is given, that is I am just soy. Soy should be the answer. So you can see how much understanding you have gained. So I am American, yo soy americano for the male, and if it is a female, you can say Americana at last. Instead of O, it should be a A. American, Americano, or Americana. So we have the answers here. Grammar tip, that is omitting pronoun. The verb form often makes some pronouns like just like Joe unnecessary. Hence, yo soy americano can also be translated to soy americano. Division we have I am, yo soy. On the one hand, you remember singular we have. On the other hand, we have plural. Yo soy. You are informal singular, tú eres. You are formal singular, ustedes es. He, she is, ls, ellas. On the other hand, plural forms. We are, nosotros somos, nosotras somos for male, female, and mixed group. We have discussed it earlier. You are, that is plural, informal, vosotros sois. You are, plural, formal. Ustedes son. Remember the es rule? They are. Ellos son, ellas son. At last, we have culturist information. An important Spanish holiday is Semana Santa. Holiday week it is. If it's celebrated, it is celebrated a week before Easter. People honor local patron saints. People decorate the streets before bonfire, set fireworks, and hold large parades, bullfights, and beauty contests. So for this lesson, that's it. And for we'll see you in the next one.